Hello there and welcome to ADcraft. In a very exciting video today, the first of the Nether Snapshots has dropped. So I'm going to be running through the blocks and then some fantastic build ideas that you can use these for. So don't go anywhere and let's get on with the video. So first of all, we have the greeny aquary blocks that have been added. So we have the warped stem and the warped stem that's been stripped. So you see there's a very nice texture on the side of this. That is a glowing animated texture as well. Then we've got the warped planks, warped stairs and warped slab. We have the warped wart block, the warped nylium, which again you can grow all of your plants that we'll get to later on. Your warped fence gate and your warped fence, your warped sign again with the same design and pattern on the stem of this sign that you have on the side of the block itself, warped trapdoor with a very nice wiggly warped pattern on top, a warped pressure plate, a warped door, again a fantastic design, lots of great things that we could use that for, warped button, the warped root, which is the first of the plants, which can be grown with some bone meal, the warped stem, warped fungi, which again when you bone meal turns into the trees that give you the warped stem, a soulfire torch. So this is very exciting because it's a different color light block. Now it emits still emits light in the same manner, but obviously it just looks different, and it only emits a level 10 rather than a level 14 or a 15 that you would get a 14 from a regular torch. Likewise, the Soulfire lantern, again fantastic new block that looks exactly the same as the lantern but blue, and again only emits a light level of 10. We also then have blue soulfire, which you get for lighting soul soil, not to be confused with soul sand. If you like soul sand, you get the red fire, the orangey red fire. If you like the soul soil, you get the blue. Then moving on, we have the dark red magenta type blocks, which are again a fantastic addition to the game. We have the crimson stem, we have the stripped crimson stem, the crimson planks, crimson stairs, some crimson slabs as well, some crimson nylium to go with the warped nylium, crimson fence gate, fence, and the crimson sign again with the matching stem here with the side of the blocks, a crimson trapdoor which is quite like the wobbly trapdoor from the warped trapdoor, but actually the fact that the slats go sideways can be really useful for builds. A crimson pressure plate, a crimson door, again a very rugged look to this door, some fantastic uses that we can get out of that, the crimson buttons, the weeping vines which have to hang from something, the crimson root, again all of these blocks can be bone mealed, the crimson fungi which again if you bone meal can grow into your crimson stem, fantastic shroom light which has got a lovely cracked pattern on this. We've got the basalt. Now this is a directional block, so you have a different pattern on the top of this than you have on the sides, and this can be placed like you would place your logs, so depending on where you're looking then you will be able to place it and get the pattern of your choice. So really versatile block there. Ancient debris. Now this is the new equivalent of diamond, which is really a massive thing for this update. You can mine this basically at diamond layer. You want to be looking in the nether to be mining at about level 11, which as you can imagine with all the lava and lava pockets around is going to be very dangerous, but believe me it's going to be worth it. So this crimson debris again has got a lovely pattern on top, so it can be used as a pattern block. The crimson debris can be smelted or using a blast furnace to cook it, and then can create blocks of netherite and can also create netherite ingots as well. Those ingots can be added to existing diamond armor to get you the netherite armor. Now this is stronger than your regular diamond armor and has more durability. So this is basically a massive upgrade to the whole of the Minecrafting system. You've also got your chest plate, so all of your basic armor, your leggings and your boots. All of these are more enchantable than diamond armor, less so than gold, but more enchantable than diamond armor, which means that you will, if you enchanted diamond armor and say got feather falling 3, you would potentially be able to get feather falling 4 on these boots, because where you put in the same armor item or the same tool, you will get a certain level depending on the enchantability of that item. So yeah, fantastic addition there. They will also prevent knockback, so with the PvP stuff that's coming, or with some of the mobs who do tend to knock you back, then these will stop that and make it a little bit safer on those little narrow ledges. Of course, you've then got the sword and the pickaxe, both of which are more durable, and all of these items cause more damage as well than their diamond counterparts. And with all of these, the same as with the armor, you create these by putting a netherite ingot next to the crafted item. So you craft up a diamond axe, and then you, in your crafting bench, can craft up the netherite axe by putting a netherite ingot next to it. Same with the spade and the axe and the hoe, if you want a really durable hoe that you're never ever going to need to replace. And these are the ingots that I was talking about, and this is what you would smelt them from. So this gives you the debris shards that you can then use, which will then be smeltable and craftable into each of these ingots with a 4x4 to get one of these ingots. And last of all, a hoglin. I think this one's a little bit broken. That's because I've dinner boned him, so I just couldn't resist. Everybody would be showing off the hoglins, but here's a view of the hoglin that you might not be used to seeing, and it shows that they are dinner bonable as well. Now we come on to the really exciting stuff. What can we do with these blocks? The answer is an awful lot. If you're into your building, if you're into your creation, then I'm just running through some of the examples of some things that I've come up with. So again, here you've got a block of netherite, you've got some of the basalt, and you've got some blast furnaces, and you can get a fantastic pattern with matching these colours up. Here we've got again the block of netherite, but this time we've got the smithing table, which has got a brilliant top, and you can see there's a slight pattern in the top of the this block of netherite, and that actually goes brilliantly with that smithing table. So really pleased with that one. This is the basalt. Now this is all basalt, but as I said, with the directionality of it, I'll just show you. If we break this block, if you place it that way, you get a pattern that way. If you place it that way or downwards, you get a different pattern. So actually you can use that to create some brilliant back and forth patterns. So this is almost like another woody texture, but a bit deeper in that, and you can do things like you would with your parquet flooring, but with this, so it gives a really useful texture. Now this one again is using this netherite block. So again, really probably more creative, because these are going to be very rare in the game. They are probably going to be rarer than the diamond, but people will probably find out places, and as you get late game and you want to put something like this in the middle of a floor or a mosaic, then you can use your ancient debris around the edge. It's got a really nice look to it, and yeah, so that's some of the flooring that you can do. Moving on to some of the wall patterns, we're now using things like the shroomlight. Now shroomlight and pumpkins, why not have a fancy orangey looking wall, because this shroomlight does match very nicely with these pumpkins in the textures, so that's a good one. If you want something that's got a bit more going on, then you've got this. The cyan wool is a perfect match for all of these new blocks. So where you've got things like your warped warp block and your stripped warp stem, and of course your planks, you can mix these up and get some really nice textures. Another one that will work within this texture pattern, if I just go in quickly and select the block, will be your, and when I go down to it, cyan concrete powder. So if you look here again, how good does that look? So really useful for creating something that's just a bit more exciting and a bit more unusual than some of the palettes that you get. And then you can really go crazy. So this here is the stripped warp stem in the middle, and again, because it's directional, you can place it that way and get your block, so you can create some really nice patterns. And then this is just using your basic prismarine bricks, so that's a wall pattern to spice up a build that you've got using your prismarine. These blocks are going to add so much to the ability to work in this kind of color palette. Here again, using this detailing, and what you could do is you could use either the side or the end of this and get a fantastic effect. And what this will do, let me just create that, put that back. What you have here is your magenta terracotta and your purple terracotta. So these are all really complementary colors and can give some brilliant wall designs. This one here, again, even more left field. Let's use some purple, and use the purple with the side of this crimson stem rather. So this crimson stem, when you place end on, you get just that really deep purple that goes really well with these purple blocks rather, and would also go with purple bricks as well. But a really good way that you can start getting more out of your purple varieties as well, which is for me, these are block palettes that have been underutilized in the game, but now it opens up a world of possibilities. So moving on, we've got some ideas. We've got again your dark prismarine and just basic sofa design here using these new signs. So those are again a really complementary color, and again you can do it with your purple using any of the cyan colors. So a cyan bed here, just with these around, you've got a little sofa design, or if you wanted to take one of these ends out, you could create a chaise longue, or you've just got a headboard for your bed. So lots of really useful things here. A slightly bigger chair if you want it. This is using the door, so the crimson door, and an upside down crimson stair. You've got more of a throne if you wanted to use your prismarine slab, and your prismarine brick slab rather, and what you can then do is obviously use your signposts and your door at the back. And again, the warped door, it's got a brilliant pattern, and it just seems to lend itself really well to these prismarine bricks. So yeah, then moving on, again you've got some little table designs, just basically the same as your regular tables, but adding a bit of colour. So anything that you've got, say an underwater base or something like that you want to have something, or an ancient or ruined base, these will look fantastic in there. Or whether you just want a splash of colour. So for example, you could do this, which is using the cyan carpet. And a really nice trick with this is obviously you've got the warped fence gate and the two trapdoors on either end. It makes a lovely little side table or stool, depending on how you were using it. And yeah, it just looks brilliant really. And then we get onto some of the lamp designs. So for me, this is going to be one of my favourite blocks. So having this soulfire lantern, which is just created by using a soulfire torch, and I'm not going to go into the crafting recipes for these too much, but yeah, using the prismarine wall and then some of these these warped fences, you can get a really nice directional lantern, and by using 4 of them you make up for the fact that you don't actually get the same light level out of this. Moving on to a larger scale lantern. So this one here is using the new blocks here that you've got, and the shroom lights inside. So again, the classic design, using the hopper to connect the two, but then using the stripped log and a wall from the prismarine, and it just looks brilliant. And then the very last one that I'm going to be showcasing today is using all of the crimson variants. So you've got your red nether brick wall, and then you've got this, which links the two together. So you've got the crimson coming through in the sides, which ties up with the red nether brick wall. Then you've got your crimson fences. You can then use, let me get up here, a fence gate to get this lower profile. before going to another fence gate, and then some slabs on top, and then using the using again the shroom light and these new crimson trapdoors around the edge, you get a lovely view. And what I've just done, dangling down from this, so again this would work in say a Chinese or Japanese style build. These look incredibly like streamers, and they're actually just the weeping vines. You can hang these from just about any block, as long as it's hanging down then you're fine. So again, gives a lovely little design that you can do there. So yeah, and that is again just with a little bit of time messing around. There's going to be loads more things that we can do with these blocks, but hopefully this is giving you some build ideas. If you have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like and a comment. If you'd like me to do some more build hacks and build ideas with these new blocks, then do let me know down below. Let me know in the comments, and yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time on ADCraft.